want to talk about pre-op versus post-op transsexual. I am a pre-op transsexual, which means that I have not completed the gender reaffirming surgeries, whereas the post-op transsexual has completed the gender reaffirming surgeries, sex reassignment surgeries. I was approved. I went through long counseling and doctors and psychiatrists because they wanted to make sure that I was ready, that it was something that I wanted. And I was approved, and my doctor called me and he said, "You are approved, but they wanted to know who was going to take care of me because it's a long healing process, and where the surgeries take place, I have to take a plane to get there, and I needed someone to come back with me, and he wanted to know who was going to take care of me. At the time, I broke up with my boyfriend. I don't have any family members who would go. I had no one. So because of that, they could not sign off 100%. I was approved for parts of it. They're like, yes, you're ready. We can see that you're ready. However, you need someone to come with you because you cannot be left alone. You are going to need someone to take care of you for months, and it's you can't move. You're going to need someone. So we cannot approve you for that part." I was crushed. I was very crushed. I think at one point in the conversation, I said, "I think I can get my mother to come with me." And they're like, "Are you sure? Because we cannot send you there by yourself." And I was just so crushed. And it didn't happen. And it took me a while to sit with that here's something that I was ready for, that I wanted, and I was approved for. But there was one obstacle that I could not overcome, which was who was going to take care of me after surgery, because of the healing process. And I wasn't going to be able to move around and walk properly and clean and cook and do any of those things. And I didn't have anyone. I broke up with my boyfriend. I didn't have any family members, so I was just pretty much alone. So that the surgery never happened. The only thing that I ever did was I took hormones. I never had any breast implants. I took hormones and I've developed breast. My doctor said out of all his patients that he ever had, only 2 of his patients, me and someone else, that have developed this size breast that didn't need to have surgeries. I have never had any surgeries on my face or anywhere else on my body. When I wanted to complete the sex reassignment surgery, I had breast and I was ready. I was so ready. I was so ready to do that. And my doctor was like, "You have to do this. Do you want to do it?" And I was so ready, and it was going to be paid for by the government. So I was just so excited. But that one obstacle really, really hurt. That one obstacle that I could not overcome really hurt. Now I'm okay. It took a while. It took a long time to sit with that it wasn't going to happen. And even though I was approved for the long part of it, that one obstacle just really, really, really. But I understand where they're coming from. I understand where they're coming from, that, this surgery is a very complicated surgery, and the healing process is a long healing process and a lot of pain. And I'm going to need someone, and I wish I had someone, but it didn't happen. Now, being pre-op, I'm okay with that. You know, it took a while, but I'm okay with being pre-op. There's a lot of pre-op transsexuals who've never, who decide not to go through the complete surgery, and they're okay. I wanted to complete the surgery, but it didn't happen, and I'm okay with just being a pre-op. I'm okay with that. It took a while, but I'm okay with it.